Before I go back to my normal videos, I would like to take a moment to share something real. For viewers outside Hong Kong, Tai Po has recently experienced a serious fire and the whole city has been feeling it. I visited the area earlier this week because I wanted to understand the atmosphere myself. And honestly, I rarely go to Tai Po, so the first few minutes there was me trying very hard not to get lost. One of the first things I noticed were there's a lot of help station. There were shops giving out materials for free, stores that giving out food for free. So they're just like being there for the people. It was like a gentle kind of way that made me realize how much people care, even in a small way. There was actually one specific station I wanted to visit because that's the one that people keep donating stuff into it. I wanted to have a look what kind of materials people would naturally need during difficult times, but I'm not gonna lie, I was so lost, so I never found it. Still, between the short distance between the station and where the fire happens, people were already doing a lot for people who were shaken in this event, and you can feel how the community tried to hold each other up by little gestures and stuff. But actually the thing that hits me right away when I arrived at Tai Po, it's the smell, because the burnt smell in the air, it's very indescribable. It's basically, it comes from a mixture of different materials, so it's very unsettling. It's a very unsettling smell that stays in your chest for a very long time. And I was definitely not ready for it. Oof. With the smell and the moment I saw the burnt building, my brain, oh god, it just decided to play the any voice line. It makes me feel super guilty though, not gonna lie. Like it's so random for a heavy moment like that. It's just too random. I need a new brain, probably. As I walked further, I saw there was a long queue, and actually, it was a mega queue. It just kept going. People were lining up quietly with flowers, usually white, sometimes yellow, in the hands. And there was one gentleman who just walked backwards to the station with a flower in his hands, like, if you want a queue, the end of the queue is at street, and I don't even know where that street is because I'm not a Tai Po person, and like, who would do that? Just little kind reminder from a random people on the street, like they see you holding a flower, he'd be like, if you want a queue, that's the end of the queue, you don't have to find it, that's it, go for it. Just little gestures like that. I was still on the bridge though, like when I was almost there was a few young people offering free hugs. Something about it, maybe the simplicity, maybe the sincerity they're offering, it just broke me. I end up crying on the bridge. I haven't even hugged them yet, I already start crying. I got this. So I went for the free hug. It was a short one, so she was like a pat on my back, I have a pat on her back, and she was like, you'll be fine, we're here. And I was like, you're doing good, thank you so much for doing this. And it's a super short one because I don't think I can do any longer than that. No. And I kept walking, and the atmosphere just get heavier because there were more people, there were more queues. So some were placing flowers and some were writing cards, or leaving quiet messages about how they feel, or messages to people who are affected by this event. It wasn't much sound, but the grief was unmistakable. The deeper I went, the heavier I felt. Nobody was really talking, at least not out loud. Some people were sobbing quietly, some have their eyes closed, maybe praying or chanting. That Hong Kong right there felt so different. And then something unexpected happened. The burnt smell, it faded, and what replaced it was the smell of the flowers. The contrast, honestly, it stayed with me for a very long time, up till now. It feels it stayed here. It stayed with me. Does it feel like a closure? Not at all, to be honest. But you can feel how the city is healing itself on its own quiet way. So this video, I'm not here to criticize or analyze anything because I'm not the right person to do it, and this is not the right place to do it. But I do want to acknowledge the emotions that people, especially in Hong Kong, are feeling right now. Sadness, the frustration, the confusion, and also the kindness. The people lining up with flowers, the volunteers, teenagers who offered help. And Hong Kong always have that quiet kind of strength, and this reminds me of that. Before I go back to my regular or normal content, I just want to quickly share this moment with you guys. Please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and thank you for listening.